Hello everyone, I'm Nina again. Welcome to the live show of Xufeng Door. See, we are at a different scene of the factory today. Today we are going to specifically talking about another product of our company, which is the fastest speed aluminum door. We have actually all different kinds of the design. This is the aluminum material. We also have the PVC material as well. We will talk about it later on in the forward days. And as you can see behind me, this is the example of the spiral and aluminum fast speed door. For this spiral kind of the design, there are all different reasons, basically for the space of your places. If we follow my hand, the direction over here, you can see there's another example the other side. This is actually the oval shape. Why there's all different kind of shapes is basically according to your installation space. As I just asked our technician, technician personnel over here, on top of your opening size, it needs around, again, more than 900, around 900 to 1100 of the space on the top. After all this structure until to the roof, it again is around like more than 10 milliliter of the space as well. So if we see the opening size, we can see over here, there is also this the truck and the place over here. It takes again on the right hand, which is my side, again another 450 milliliters, and the other side will be around like for example 30 milliliters. Why is that? Because this part we need to set the motor on the top. That's why on the right hand we need more space. Why I'm specifically talking about these figures? It's just about to say we are trying to give you solutions, because you might from America, from Europe, from different places. So for the use of the doors, you probably have all different kind of purposes. So that's why we need to give all different solutions for people from different areas. Like when you give us a requirement, you will tell me the spaces what you are having, then we will give you all different designs to make sure your place is well maintained. And secondly, when we talk about material, let's get close. For example, the material over here, like I said, it's an aluminum fast speed door. And we have a lot of customers asking about the material quality, and of course a lot of people concerned about the prices. Our quality for the aluminum panel, the thickness is 0.7 milliliter, and usually in the market is around 0.5 milliliter. So some of our customers usually say, okay, why the prices or why the quotation you give me is so more expensive than the other different like suppliers? We cannot only focus on the price numbers. We need to see what we are offering. Like just say 0.7 milliliter and 0.5 milliliter is a huge difference. As well the parts, all the hinges and everything the parts, or what we are using also is aluminum. But some of the suppliers, they are using, for example, the iron or different kind of cheaper accessories, which again reduce their cost, but in the future use for you, the quality and the maintenance, it might be not a same story. So that's what I wanted to talk about. As well, we have some kind of, let's say, except those kind of standard choices, we have some optional choices. By the way, for standard choices, we also have for example, the photo cell, which is also our standard choices, which usually is 30 milliliter up the position of the photo cell. And as well for the photo cell, some of the customers say, okay, can I have the photo like eyes, except the photo cells with different sets, more sets of the photo eyes? Yes. That's our optional, let's say, choices. And we also have the optional choices like the radar. And of course, some of you guys are using them for the factory door or warehouse door. You need the card system. We can add that to your system as well. And a lot extra. If you want to know more details, we have the catalog as well. You can always send messages to us to get more details about the information of the fast speed door. Besides of all of these, you might concern in the future use what kind of maintenance you need to give for your instrument. As well, you might meet some of the issues when you set the door, because nowadays we all have this computer smart system. So we have some regular issues our customers usually meet. Actually, it's not an actual problem, it's just about the setting. Then I'll invite our technician personnel and to show you guys how to set some certain regular settings in the platform. Wait me for a moment and I'll show you to another door, and our technician personnel will help me with the introduction. After all this introduction, I'm going to invite Mr. Luo, which is our technical engineer over here, and to tell us what kind of inspection we are going to do before we deliver the finished goods to your beautiful home. So, Mr. Luo, let's have some inspection and to show guys how does it work. So, first step, we are going to open and close the door to see how is it going smoothly. So, as we see, the speed of the aluminum door is very fast. That's why we call it a fast speed door. So the safety concern is a very serious situation. As I mentioned earlier, we usually have the standard set, which is a photo cell, but this one actually it's using the photo eyes, which is over here. Let's follow the camera and see, here is a photo eyes. Yeah. So
when is the door closed?
When the door is closing, let's test the photo eyes. It rebound back to the up. So for this kind of fast speed door, I understand, we all understand the safety concern is very serious. So this is a part of our testing before it is delivered to your home. And if sometimes the power is off or some issue happens to the door, you probably would think how I close and open it. And let's follow the camera over here. Here is an emergency lock, which is, we also call it a brake. And when we turn this off, we can manually take on and off the panels. And here we can see the spring, which help the door to find the balance. This is usually the regular inspection we are going to do before it's delivered to you. We will install them, we will put them together and test all these procedures to make sure everything is functioning. This is, of course, just part of those. There are a lot of details, like yesterday we showed you guys our quality control manager. He's doing a lot of inspection. Besides of these steps, we have all other quality control systems, one step to another. Okay, so after the inspection, before we deliver the goods, I think mainly you are concerning about is in the future use, you might meet some of the issues. What kind of issues we usually meet? And probably I don't know much about this. Let me ask our technician engineer, see what kind of issues we usually meet and what kind of solutions we can give. 所以通常的话，我们会遇到一些什么样的？
就像有时候门会卡住，有时候门会进行电子行程，我们可以来看一下。
So our engineer just told me, usually what we meet the problems with got the feedback from the customers. They say sometimes the door is stuck and they don't know what's wrong with it. So what kind of the situation it would usually be like when the door is stuck? And here is the control system. We can see how we set the control system over here to
set.
So what we just saw, can we go back a little bit and see what we just do? This is the limited switch, and now we are going to correct the direction. When we turn open and close, if the direction is right, we say yes. And what is open limit? It usually happens to a lot of our customers. The open limit is not setting right. What does open limit mean? When it opens to the top where the limit you want to set, and the close limit as well. When it comes down to the floor, we need to set the close limit as well. We got quite a lot of feedback about the door issues is because the open limit, the close limit, especially the open limit, is not correctly done. And now we can see the open limit here is what we just set just now. And I want to ask our engineer. 这个速度非常快，我们一般的这个快速门的速度可以达到什么样的一个状况？
达到差不多2.5米每秒，最快。
OK。
可以0.6米到2.5米可以调节。
Okay. So I didn't mention about the speed earlier. For the speed of the first speed door, it can be around 0.6 to 2.5 meters per second. So it is adjustable. It up to your requirement for your use. 那其他的话，我们一般在就是运行当中还会遇到一些什么样的其他问题？比方说像刚刚的这个 setting 是对的，但是它的门还是不动之类的，会有这种状况吗？
会有，就像有门卡，像我们上面的底下第二个门。
Okay. So what I just asked is sometimes our customer told us, okay, the setting is all right, but the door is still not working. What's the problem? Then our
时
engineer.
间运行的长，它会容易磨损，磨损之后它会卡住，所以里面一定要加润滑。
Okay. What I just got the information is for the let's say equipment part, we can see all the rollers over here. From the button, the second one, this one, is a backward roller. Why we are especially mentioning this backward roller? Because it affects the moving. After a long time and many times of the use, this roller might get, let's say, clashed, might get a little bit old, and it will affect the smooth moving of the door. So when we get the problem, like we say the door is stuck, firstly, if the setting is all right, we will have to check if the roller over here is still working properly. 还有没有其他的一些状况呢？如果说这个 roller 是好的，
还有就是上面那根主轴的传动系统，或者是那个电机有问题的话，会有刹车的问题。刹车的问题的话，我们可以通过这个来检验，然后通过这个来检验，然后我们可以采用点动的方式，就像我们来判定刹车有没有什么问题。比如说把这个打开，我们可以用电机点动来拖动它。
So what? Oh, my speed is down again.
可以用那套小的去那个，比如说
Okay.
外衣，
So what the engineer just told me is, besides of the roller, we might have all other different kind of reasons for the door which is not moving. Follow the camera. Let's see the up over here, the shaft. By the side of the shaft, we also need to check if the screw is is 100%, is not loose. So this can be also another reason for them not to work. and as well as the brake system, the motor and the brake system. For the brake system, for the emergency lock system, we also can have a look and turn it off, like the engineer just told us, turn it off and see if in the jogging mode, if the door can open and close. We will go to the other thing, the other door, and have a look and have a test, see how does it work, how does the jogging mode work. Follow the camera. Here we check the mode, put the password, adjust, save to the jog mode, pull off the brake, the emergency lock, and just press open and close as a jogging mode. 如果说这个就是点动的状态是好的，那说明什么问题呢？
点动的状态是好的，说明是刹车坏了，刹车没有打开。而如果说点动的状态，我把这个刹车打开了，门这个拖不动，那说明是这个门体有卡住，或者是电机出现了问题。所以我们可以通过这种方式来排查。
Okay, use the jogging mode. We can figure out whether it's a motor problem or it's a brake problem. If let's say if we use the jogging mode, take off the brake, and the door can move like what we just saw, it means there's no problem with the let's say the motor and the computer system. But if it doesn't move, it might have the problem with the let's say the brake system. So by this way, we can figure out which kind of problem actually we are facing. Then our technician person can help to fix it. So as we just talked about the issues we might meet, and I showed you guys the other side about the shaft. Because it's too high, I wanted to point here again to make sure you guys know what I'm talking about. The shaft on the top is a part of the equipment system. When we check what's the issue is, where is the issue coming from, we check the two sides. If the screws is going smooth, well together, and if the rollers is perfectly inside, 100% going smooth. Okay, like the engineer just told me, we might have three different kind of problems. One part is from the equipment, the panels and the all the like the wheels and everything. One part might be from the motor, and one part may be from this control system. So how we can figure out what is the issue coming from? Then our engineer will show me how to inspect where is the
motor power.
So let's follow the camera. Here is the motor power.
Motor power.
When we take it off,
1, 2, 3, 4.
there
2 and 3 and 2 and 4 and 3 and 4. 这是欧姆，就是
so we have the 4 holes over here. When we do the inspection with a multimeter, we can use number 2, 3, 4 holes and test the resistance by the multimeter one by one. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, like this.
对，欧姆一般在1.5到2欧姆之间。
If the figure is around 1.5 to 2 ohm, then it's correct. There's nothing wrong with that for the motor, right?
Yes.
So if the number is around 1.5 to 2, then it means the motor is going right. There's nothing wrong with the motor. So what's the next? 下一步呢？然后除此之外，我们还要测试一些什么器材？
需要测试一下那个 需要测试一下那个叫什么啊？刹车的那个6、7，然后那个看看是否是控制箱的问题，6、7是否是有输出，所以说，然后万有表量一下6、
和7。
对。
Okay. So the next step, we will try to check if there's anything wrong with the output the smart system. There is 2 lines over here. Camera coming closer. The cable 6 and the cable 7. We will use the multimeter to check the numbers or the figures with number 6 cable 7. What the number we usually get? What figure we usually get? 6和7。Okay. It will be around 24 volts. So if the number is around 24 volts, then it means the output of the system is also alright. Then by these 2 measurements, we can already know whether it's the output problem or whether it's the motor problem. 那如果说这2项都没有问题的情况下，我们还有什么其他的方面就是可以检测的，或者是需要检测的？
没有说特别的问题，其实就是常规问题就是这么多。
Okay. So. Okay. For the regular inspection, for the regular issues we meet, it's all about these. It's neither the equipment or the motor or the smart system. We have already get the regular inspection for us to figure out whether it's the motor problem or the smart system problem or the and if there's any further use for the errors, we have, like, for example, we have all the different kind of let's say it's okay. We have the manual of the high-speed sectional door. We have all different kind of problems or issues we might meet, and it will help you guys to figure it out. 那么在我们后期的就是使用当中，是不是要进行一些保养？
对。像这个皮条老化了，可能这个皮条也得换，然后这个铝合金啊，看磨损程度，这个皮条啊，主要是易损品，还有那个
里面的那个 roller。
对，主要是轮子，电机什么的话，基本上。
For the smart system and for the motor, because it can run very long time. But for the equipment part, it might need a little bit of maintenance. For the rebel bar, and for example, the parts like the hinges and especially the roller inside. For the roller inside, it might let's say get a little bit old after time of use, especially we guys all can see the fast speed. So we need us to add oil to the truck and the roller, as well if there's anything like, for example, the change of these small parts, it needs to be checked regularly. And 我记得好像有一个是有电池厂，
安全气囊这个里面的电池需要传输它的那个，然后我把它关上。发射给这个一个信号，所以它这个里面是有电池的。因为有无线的话，它会比较麻烦。出来的是无线的，但是这个无线的它的电池可能有一定的年限，比如说要一年左右更换一次，是肯定没有任何问题。我需要给它拆一下吗？还是
？We have the airbag system, which is also one part of the safety equipment. And for the airbag system, we have actually the battery because it needs to output the signal to the computer system. That's why it has a battery inside. It's like a button battery. It can last about 1 year, so it's one part of the regular maintenance as well. You might need to change the battery constantly, like about 1 year. So if you meet some of the issues, don't worry, there's nothing wrong, it's just a need regular maintenance. About what we usually meet, the questions and the concerns from our customers. But if you have further concerns and further questions about our fast speed door, you can always contact us. I'm here, and Maggie is here. The whole team is here. Of course, we have our professional technicians. And so today is all about that. And thank you very much. Next time we will talk about something else. Thank you. Here we come to one of the inspection scene where Mr. Luo, who introduced the faster speed door to us. Here is a scene where he usually does his regular inspection and test every day. So as you can see, here is the motor and the smart control system over here. What we are doing here is the test of the regular test of the motor and the smart control system. As we see over here, the plate is about 40 kilograms, and every day he needs to do the regular test for the motor to lift it. It's called weight lifting test, and to make sure in the future, after thousands of times of the procedure, it can still doing properly the stability of it. And another one is for the encoder stability test, which means I don't know if you guys still remember when we do the limit setting yesterday, for we open and close limit of the faster speed door, the aluminum faster speed door. So we need to make sure in the future, after thousands of times of the using, the limit of the door open and close is still the same. So it's for the encoder stability test. And if we open the control box over here, you can see for this one, the sum counter comes to 5,255. So every day, Mr. Luo will do hundreds of the tests for one machine. And if we come over here, these are the machines we've already made the test in the past, let's say about half a year or so. For example, this one from 2019 August to December, we've already tested it for continued 3 months for 110 more thousand of the times of the test, as we just saw. And this one as well, more than 100,000, and this one as well, more than 120,000, and the other one is also about 100,000. So what we are trying to say is, of course, you might from different places, you have different requirements. For example, this is the motor which is made in China. Usually for the priority, or let's say advantage of it is we can give for your, let's say, delivery within 15 days. And for the imported ones over here, probably we need around 2 months for us to get it ready for you, because all imported ones is customized and it takes longer time for the production. But what we are trying to do here is before it's delivered to you, before it goes along with all the panels and the parts of the doors, we need to make sure the stability of all the smart systems, smart control systems, and the motors, and make sure in the future the durability of your use. So yeah, for the regular test of the motors and the smart system is about this. It's also part of our quality control to make sure the goods finally goes to you is 100%. Thank you.